VIP TV. Hopey Price from Leeds, who's looked after by a friend of the channel, was Dave Coldwell. You heard on our podcast last week. He trains Hopey. And first of all, Hopey, how did you end up with Dave?
I live in Leeds. It's not that far from Sheffield, and I was going to stay on for the Tokyo Olympics. I won a lot of titles in the amateur game, and a friend of mine got in touch with Dave and seen if I could go down to the gym. And at first he was like, and then I ended up going down and doing a session with him, and I've been there ever since now.
Yeah, you mentioned there, you could have gone to Tokyo, and some of the lads who you must probably know are in that international tournament this week. What made you go pro and not have a year in the seniors?
Yeah, what it was is I just felt like I had probably 60 international fights, so every fight was nearly for England, and I went to every competition, and I won the European Championships and a silver in the Worlds and the Youth Olympics, all in the space of about 4 or 5 months. And that was towards the end of 2018, and I thought, you know what, I want to try and get on the GB team and try and push for a qualifier, or at least be in contention. And it took a bit of a long time for me to get on the squad, and for me it was frustrating. By the times I ended up having to do another assessment, we was in 2019, and I was missing the under-22 European Championships. I was missing a lot of competitions, and I just, I couldn't be bothered waiting around. I think they wanted me more because I was so young. I was only 18. They wanted me for probably the 2024 Olympics, but I didn't want to wait around that long. I think I'll be 24, 25 by the time then comes around.
And also, if you had hung around with the pandemic, there's been no amateur boxing since that Olympic qualifier in London. So, you would have still been now in the same situation as you was 18 months ago, with other guys still ahead of you, wouldn't you?
Exactly. I'd still been in the same situation, and if anything, probably lost. As some of the boys has probably lost a bit of hunger for the sport, as the amateur game's a bit messed up at the moment. You can't really do nothing. You're sort of training for no fight whatsoever.
Yeah. So you won your first 3 fights. You boxed at Wembley Arena, Saudi Arabia. You've been in the bubble once before in Eddie's back garden. You're getting a bit of the star treatment there, aren't you, from Eddie and Dave?
Yeah, I'm getting put straight on the big shows. I've just got to keep putting on the good performances and hopefully keep getting put on them.
Yeah. You're in action this weekend, of course, at Wembley Arena. Big disappointment that Zahid Hussein pulled out, because that was a big step up, a 16-1 fighter, and like a lot of times, fighters suddenly pull out a week before with something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm disappointed. It's frustrating for me. I was looking forward to the step up to fight someone who was 16-1, and obviously from the same town as me, and obviously he pulled out. So we was looking at. Dave did mention to me we got. I think his name's Uriel Lopez or something, which he boxed Navarrete, who was world champion.
Oh yeah,
he boxed him only 5-6 months ago.
Yeah.
So that would have been another good step up for me, but he couldn't make the weight either. So just about now, for me, I just leave it down to Dave and let him get the opponent. I think they have got one sorted now, and just go and do the same job I was going to do anyways.
Yeah. There's not a lot you can do 4 days before a fight. It's just get me a fight. It don't matter who's in the corner. It's better than fighting someone who's not near the level of the 2 opponents mentioned just to get out. You'd rather do that than sit at home and wait another 3 months to anyone for a fight.
Exactly, like you say, at the minute you don't know when you're going to be boxing, how long it could be till your next fight with the whole pandemic, what's going on. So obviously, once you get your shot to get out there and be on the TV and box, then you want to fight. So obviously, it's frustrating a few days before the opponent's pulling out, but as long as I get to box, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I mean, you've only had these 3 fights. Zahid Hussein was a big step up from where you've been. How soon are you looking at the British featherweight title?
Well, actually, I'm super bantamweight, so
you boxed at featherweight, weren't you? You've been at featherweight.
I think this fight was made at 8-12.
Right, so you're going,
It made at 8-12, yeah. But I am super bantamweight. But like you say, in this pandemic and before, especially with the Johnny Phillips fight, it's been quite hard finding opponents and people taking fights and pulling out. So I have been boxing, say, 9 stone, or whatever weight I've got to weigh in to find an opponent. I've done that, but I don't, I'm not that far away. I think from British title level. I think skill wise and the likes of the fighters and that I've been sparring and training around. I think I am as good as the best in Britain now. But obviously, I'm still only young, and I've just got to get the rounds under my belt first before I do step up to start fighting for the titles.
Yeah, you need, I'm sure obviously you're a fighter. You'll fight anyone tomorrow, whoever they put in front of you. But you have got to get a couple 10 rounders under your belt to move into that experience, haven't you?
I'm still only young. I'm not one to get carried away. Obviously, I've got to obviously step up and do a couple of 8 and 10 rounders first before I go for a title. But I think skill wise and my boxing brain, I think I'm as good as anyone in Britain, isn't it?
Yeah, Dave Coldwell's been around in boxing a long time, boxed, trained, managed. What's he like can you give us a bit of insight what he's like as a trainer? Is he the sort of trainer that shouts? Is he someone who puts an arm around you? What sort of guy is he in the gym? We all know Dave and he's smiling, but what's he like when it's just shooing him in the gym? What does he say to you?
You know what? He's not one for shouting. He's more of I think in the gym. I think you've got to be a certain way to train in the gym. I think you have got to get on with Dave and get on with all the boys in the gym, and it's all about just getting our head down and knowing what we've got to do and putting in the work. And obviously, don't get me wrong, if you're doing something wrong and you're not listening, you'll get a telling off. But most of the time, the boys all listen to Dave, and obviously, why wouldn't you? He's your coach, and he's a very knowledgeable man on boxing. So, yeah, I think we all have a good vibe and a bit of a laugh in the gym, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you stay over in Rotherham, or do you commute back to Leeds every day?
I come back to Leeds every day.
That's a fair old track, 4 or 5 days a week, isn't it then?
Yeah, Monday to Friday I do that. So, to be fair, it is straight down the motorway and straight off the motorway, so it isn't too bad. But I do prefer to come home, and I'm back around my family and that at the night time. So the good thing for us is we train in the morning, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. So there's been a renaissance in West Yorkshire, particularly Leeds. You had back in the 90s. God, shows how old I am. I was around the Henry Wharton days. York Barbican Centre, Leeds Town Hall, sensational evenings. And now Josh Warrington sort of revived boxing in the Leeds area. Is that where you see yourself maybe in 4 or 5 years' time, where Josh is headlining that arena and people going mad?
Definitely. I think I wouldn't be in this sport if I didn't think I could get up to that level. He's brought good for me that he's brought it back before. Say I thought I'd be the one to go do it, but it's better for me that he's gone on and done what he's done for this town and obviously become Leeds' first world champion. Just a few years ago when I was still amateur, obviously first of all at the first direct arena and Ellen Road and that, obviously the full place was going mad, and I thought, you know what, I fancy a bit of this. So now obviously I'm professional on my journey. It'd be good when the crowds and everyone can get back, and I think that's when you'll start to see like the big shows in Leeds and all the fans going crazy again.
Yeah, but I think Josh admits he's sort of, he's at not the back end. He's looking towards the finishing line as a boxer. So I guess it would be important for you to get on those Leeds Arena bills, just to try and attract those fans to you. So when Josh goes, they'll come and buy a ticket for you.
Definitely. Especially with all the good with all of the football and the rugby and everything. Leeds tend to get behind that their own people. So once obviously they see me box say on the undercard, and a few of them will see me box the weekend, and hopefully they can come and support me too.
I'm sure they will. Well, thanks for talking to us today, Hopey. You're a fantastic talker for somebody so young, I tell you that.
I'll try my best. I wasn't too good a year ago when I first turned pro. I was stuttering at first, but now I'm not too bad.
You wait till about another 4 or 5 years, you're having those press conferences at those hotels and restaurants in Leeds. You'll be louder than Josh Warrington then when he chats.
That's it.
Do you know Josh at all? Do you speak to him at all?
I don't know him, if I see him, obviously I know him, I speak to him and that, but obviously outside the gym I don't keep much contact, but he's a nice kid, when I've seen him, he's always had time for me to speak to me, so yeah, we all get along.
Brilliant. Well, let's just hope you follow in his footsteps, because if you do, it means you're going to be earning a lot of money. So, and that's what you want to do, I'm sure. I'm sure when you retire, you don't want to be working when you're 30 something.
No, retired.
Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks very much, Dave. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.